Hello, I'm Chloe from Sorry About the Mess. This is my second video in my bedwetting in older children series. I am working with DryNites pyjama pants on these videos with the idea that we can create conversation about bedwetting in older children, share advice and just generally make people feel like they're less on their own with it. I shared this stat in my last video, but I'm going to share it again because until I read this I didn't realise that bedwetting in older children was such a common thing, and it's definitely helped me feel a little less alone and like it's not just us. Bedwetting affects more than 900,000 children and young people in the UK. There are a lot of us out there that are dealing with this on a regular basis, so these videos are all about sharing experiences and giving each other tips on what can help make our lives easier. So today I am in my son's bedroom and I'm going to be talking about our kind of routine at home and how bedwetting affects our daily lives. My 6-year-old shares a room with his brother, so obviously any nighttime accidents can lead to quite a lot of disruption for more than one person. So we try and deal with it as quickly as we can with as little disruption as possible. When we're having phases where it's happening quite frequently, it can be really hard to stick to that it's no big deal sort of attitude, especially when if you've ever changed sheets on the top bunk of a bunk bed, you will know what I mean. When you have to do that every night, it starts to get a little bit tedious. When we're having a frequent phase of bedwetting, I have been known to employ some sort of serious forward planning techniques to just try and make life easier. I've done things like layer bed sheets, so I do a waterproof sheet, normal sheet, waterproof sheet, normal sheet, and just layer them like that on top of each other so that if we do have an accident in the night we can quickly come in, whip the top two sheets off, and then there's a fresh sheet and waterproof sheet underneath. We've been through phases of waking him up on our way to bed at about 10 or 11 o'clock so that he can go and do a sort of dream wee. We've also tried limiting drinks from dinner time onwards, although I really don't like doing that, especially in the summer months when I think it's really important for them to stay hydrated, and also because I know that at school he's often too busy to remember to drink, so I really want to make sure that he's drinking enough at home, and that does tend to happen during those few hours between school and bedtime. One of the main challenges I find with frequent bedwetting is that it totally disrupts my laundry routine. When you've got a washer dryer, so that's one machine for everything, having to wash things like duvets and pillows which take up an entire load just by themselves, it can really throw my entire laundry routine completely out of whack. One of the simplest answers to our frequent bedwetting phases is just to use one of these DryNites pyjama pants. It's certainly a lot easier than the long-winded measures that I was going to, and when the frequent phase is over we can just go back to our usual routine. Absolutely no dramas, no pressure. It actually gives him a lot more confidence to wear these because it's more discreet than having an accident in the bed. Although we have tried various things to try and lower the chances of bedwetting incidents, I know deep down that it will just happen when he is ready and that you can't actually train a child out of bedwetting. It's just a phase that they go through. It will happen eventually in their own time and on their own terms, and I'm just conscious not to make a huge deal out of it in the meantime. But what I do want to do is just make sure that my life is as easy as possible while it's going on. And actually it's not just for me, it's for him as well. It's giving him that confidence, and it's also for the sake of our washing machine. If bedwetting is something that affects your family life, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do let me know if there's any tips or tricks that you found particularly useful, or any words of confidence to instill in your children to help them get through this challenging phase. And don't forget that you can visit the DryNites website, which I will link to below in the description box, for help and advice on the bedwetting phase. And if you're interested in trying out the DryNites pyjama pants, you can also request a free sample on the website.